How's it going, guys? I'm here to review Fate of the Furious 2017.
Starting to get late. They're still on us. These guys are taking this personal.
You were only supposed to create a diversion, Roman.
That was complete destruction. What you want from me? I'm Roman Pierce, man. That's what
This is the 8th installment in the Fast and Furious franchise, and this takes place after Furious 7. So Dom and Letty are on their honeymoon in Cuba. They do a little street race with some guy that's trying to hassle Dom's cousin for his car. So of course Dom's like, all right, for you, cuz I'm gonna street race this guy. So they have a huge street race in Cuba. So I guess every movie has like a little street racing scene, a little street racing moment in the opening scene. But let's be real, these movies is not even about street racing anymore. It's about the action. It's about the heist. It's about villains having super villain powers. It's about superhuman strength. So it's not even about street racing anymore. But they still added at least one street race to remind you that it's a Fast and Furious movie. So anyways, the next day Dom is doing his everyday routine, his everyday life. He's just walking, and then that's where he meets our main villain in this movie, Cypher. And Cypher is one of the most cruelest and evilest is that a word? The most evil hackers that we've seen in the Fast and Furious franchise. And she's probably one of the better villains in this franchise. She is played by Charlize Theron. She is smart. She's 10 steps ahead of everyone. She knows how to hack into every system, to every camera around every city, every block, just you name it, every area in the world pretty much. She is a force to be reckoned with in this movie. She eventually convinces Dom to join her side because, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this movie, click off now, but she has Elena, Dom's past lover. She's having her held hostage with their son. So Dom has a son. It's a newborn child, a baby. So Dom has a son with Elena. And if Dom doesn't help Cypher to do her bidding, pretty much, Elena and his new son is going to die. So that's why Cypher and Dom is hitting against not Dom's family, but the world itself. And then the family are yet again recruited by Mr. Nobody, played by Kurt Russell, and Little Nobody, which is played by Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son.
You know what I like about you, Dom? You're a genuine outlaw, but you're family.
A hell of a job, brother. When we get back to the base, beer's on me.
He's about to go up against the only thing they can't handle. You.
So you have Hobbs, you got Letty, you got Roman, you got Tej, Ramsey, Mr. Nobody, Little Nobody, and they're bringing an extra hand, Deckard Shaw. Yes, Deckard Shaw, the last villain from the last movie. He returns in this movie to help the family out to take down Cypher. So that's pretty much the plot of Fate of the Furious. Family will be broken. So what did I think about this movie? This movie is over the top. It's ridiculous. At times, it's a bit corny, but believe it or not, this is the first Fast and Furious movie that I've ever seen that I've watched way back in 2017. Before I started this whole franchise and reviewing them and watching them in order one by one, before all of that, this was literally the first Fast and Furious movie that I've seen in theaters. And my God, I missed a lot. But at the same time, not really, because I still got the premise of what the movie. When I first watched this movie, I still got the premise. I still got what the characters are and their lore and their background. So I've seen other movies before, just not the full thing, just little pieces here and there. But Fate of the Furious was the first Fast and Furious movie that I've watched fully. But yeah, this movie is over the top. A lot of fake scenes, that stuff that wouldn't happen in real life. Characters having superhuman powers, especially Dom or Hobbs. It's just kind of cringe at times. And then it went from street racing to, like I said, to James Bond type of action movie. Or you could say for this movie, it went from street racing to Dwayne Johnson teaching kids how to play soccer while hot cougar moms are just looking at them. That's where the franchise has gone to. I will say this, I love the soundtrack in this movie. The soundtrack in the other movies are good. Like the first 3 movies has a classic soundtrack. 4, 5, and 6 has an alright, like basic Pitbull type music. Like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Pitbull, the music artist, to be honest. That's just me. And then Furious 7 had a good soundtrack, the last movie. And now this movie amped up their game with the soundtrack. It has G-Eazy, Lil Uzi Vert, Kehlani, the Migos, Travis Scott, like you name it. The soundtrack in this movie is pretty fire. And it came out the right time because 2016 and 2017, those were the times when that's when rap pretty much changed. For like, that was the years when rap changed forever, pretty much.
Betray your family the way you did today.
Dominic Toretto just turned on us.
Well. You look at that.
I don't know why he's doing this, but that wasn't Dom.
She's the very definition of...
Anyways, yeah, the characters are more comedic in this movie. I don't know why, like, I don't know. If you look back in the other movies, Luke Hobbs, he's, like, don't get me wrong, he's still strong and alpha in this movie, but, like, he wasn't, like, too much of a comedic joke like in the other movies, but in this movie, they made him more a comedic joke, especially his introduction as, like a soccer instructor. So I was just like, that's a weird introduction, but okay. And then, yeah, the characters, like, everybody else is still good. They're still playing, like, their own characters. So the characters are kind of well written. The soundtrack's good, like I said. The action scenes, even though it's over the top, it's still entertaining to watch, but it's really over the top. The villain is menacing in this movie. I will say that. The villain, Cypher, she is pretty strong in this movie. She's one of the strongest villains in the franchise period by this movie, so she's a pretty effective villain. The one thing I really don't get is, how can you team up with the man, Deckard Shaw, that killed Han in Tokyo Drift and Furious 7? Because in Furious 7, Sean from Tokyo Drift, Sean asks Dom, what are you going to do when you find this guy? And then Dom's just like, pretty much, I'm going to kill him. But that doesn't happen because in this movie, he's having a barbecue cookout with him, just hanging and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
We about to go all like...
Oh, it took longer than I expected. If you're gonna catch Dom, you guys are gonna work together.
Surprise. I just fell in love.
I've been waiting for this. We got a tank. Let's roll.
So I guess the family just instantly forgives Deckard Shaw for killing Han. That's where I find kind of laughable, but okay. So if I had to give this movie out of 10, I would give this movie a 6.5 out of 10. This movie, it's just nostalgic kind of for me because this was the first Fast and Furious movie that I've seen in theaters back in 2017. The soundtrack's good, and this movie is laughably entertaining. So yeah. So that was my quick review of Fate of the Furious 2017. Please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next and the last Fast and Furious movie. And I'm probably not going to review Hobbs and Shaw because I haven't seen it yet, and plus I'm waiting because they are making a Hobbs and Shaw 2. So as soon as they make Hobbs and Shaw 2 in the future, I'll review the first movie in the future. But for now, I'm just focusing on the Fast and Furious movies. Catch you later, guys.
Here they come.
I don't know if the old Dom is in there. I don't give a damn. I'm taking you down. Toretto, let's play.
Why are they shooting at me? I don't know. Maybe because you're in an orange Lamborghini? Shut up, Tess. Switch it up, like.
Switch it up, speaker box blast, blast. Speaker box blast, go rat-tat-tat-tat. In fact, we about to go all like.
Oh, shit. We're gonna need a bigger truck.